This right here, what we're talking about, this accountability is going to be the glue that ties the commitments that you have made to the results that you want. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to day 27 of the free 30-day challenge inside of the Uncaged free group. Today, we're going to dig a little bit deeper, just peel back that onion a little bit more, get a little bit more intimate with this, because yesterday we talked about the group setting and all the benefits of having like an accountability group. But when we start to discuss group, that's not everyone's learning style. That's not everyone's frame of reference where like they truly feel like they can be open and honest, vulnerable and transparent, which is a big part of like what we focus on inside of Uncaged. So I wanted you to take it to a next step, which is getting on the phone with another Uncaged member. There's going to be tons of incredible resources inside the free group. There's also access to, you have hundreds of VIP members that are, genuinely some of the best humans I've ever met. And if I'm being honest, you don't 100% have to do it with Uncaged members. I'm just saying that Uncaged, we walk different, we talk different, we act different. Like specifically, we can hold VIP members' feet to the fire, but we are hoping that we are harnessing an ecosystem of like-minded men inside the free group and being able to nurture them into the type of man that they need to be in order to be everything that they can for you as far as a resource to help hold you accountable as well as you hold them accountable. And, we've been over statistics after statistics after statistics the last 2-3 weeks. And so, I don't want to keep hammering down on stuff that we've already talked about. I don't want to go over things that we've covered, but I do want to emphasize the fact that a lot of the statistics that we talked about yesterday only increase when you move to a one-on-one atmosphere, right? There's a lot of reasons for this psychologically, because you have more of an intimate relationship with this person, and you have there's a stronger pain threshold of letting them down because you're looking them literally in the eyes when you do so to speak, versus just kind of going out there yelling your goals and your aspirations in front of a big room of people who you feel as if you don't truly know them. And I see this even on the backside. So in VIP, after you've been in for 30 days, you actually get assigned an accountability partner. And I have access to be able to see the day-to-day, week-to-week, or month-to-month communication from some of these accountability partners, right? And I will tell you that the ones that are talking on a daily basis, and I'm not telling you to take up a fucking second job, because day-to-day communication with someone, if it's paragraphs on paragraphs and constant communication, obviously that's a whole nother part-time job. But I'm talking about figuring out what works best for you. But it is the regular communication that sets the difference, because in the accountability groups now, some do take it offline, and they have phone calls, they have their own text threads, things of that nature. But for the ones that I actively hear about, talk about, see about, learn about, it's the ones that are communicating regularly that are just making strides compared to the ones that are checking in weekly or monthly. And it's that's the piece that I wanted to really get into today. Now, again, it doesn't have to be in the Uncaged VIP group or the Uncaged free group. Go find someone. Again, Uncaged started on a regular iOS group chat. But find at least one person that you're going to be able to hop on with on a regular basis, and then go out there and have communication on a consistent basis, because this is what makes the difference between the people that talk about it and the people that do about it, right? In Uncaged, all the goals that we've come up with, all the things, the cute stuff that we've written down for our homework and we talked about in the homework threads, all of that's great. But if it never gets accomplished, what's the point? We now just officially wasted 27 days of our time together. We wasted all the communication back and forth. We wasted all the opportunities to get 1% better daily. Everything was for nothing if we're not focused on actually achieving the goals. And so Bob Proctor actually ended up coining the quote that accountability is the glue that ties commitment to results. So he attests that it's the accountability that takes these commitments, all the fun stuff that you wrote down on all the homework and everything associated, all of that is the commitment. What you wrote down, what you declared, what you affirmed, what you posted about to be held accountable, the goals you set, the conversations you had with your spouse. Those are the commitments. But the results come from the accountability to those goals, which is the basis behind what Uncaged was founded on. Like we believe that we're action takers. We believe that we are the people that do what they say they're going to do when they say they're going to do it. And that's what makes us different than a majority of these other groups is like every time we think about anything, every time we have this 30-day challenge, our retreats, our roundtable calls, like when it comes down to this, we bring everything back to make sure that it is in focus with the vision and the mission that we're on. You know, I told you earlier, the mission of Uncaged is to make information like this accessible to as many people as possible. That's the mission. So we make sure that we're in line with our mission, and then we also make sure that we're in line with our vision. And our vision is to be an accountability group first and foremost. So at the end of the day, like our responsibility to you, there might be other things that could distract us. But the first thing that we got to do is make sure that we're making this type of information accessible to as many people as possible. The second thing that we do is we make sure that we're staying focused on the fact that we are an accountability group first and foremost. We're not a fucking networking group. We're an accountability group. So every decision that we make, we get to check and reference, is it on mission and does it follow our vision? And if so, that's how we move forward. And so when it comes to the way we operate here, knowing that accountability is that key factor between commitments and results, now we start to truly unlock what we are capable of. And part of that is you getting on a phone with one of the other members. Okay, I tell you, it might sound awkward, it might sound crazy, but the ones that we see inside of VIP that are in daily communication with their accountability partners, and I'm not saying talk all day long, but in daily communication, those are the ones that are actually getting shit done. Those are the ones that are getting their critical tasks completed, and they're receiving the results that they committed themselves to through accountability. As Bob Proctor, you know, he wrote The Secret. He's done a lot of crazy stuff. Dude's super, super smart. But I love the fact that like we have developed this program to stay on mission, to stay on vision, and you start to really dig into like what Uncaged means at its core. And there's a ton of people way smarter than me that preach this very thing, the very foundation, the very fundamentals, and the very focal points that Uncaged is built on. They talk about this in a very real way, and they back it up with science, statistics, and psychology. And so that's what we're here to do today, is to talk about the importance of getting on calls one-on-one with an actual accountability partner. Now, again, it doesn't have to come from here, and I'm not going to reiterate a bunch of the numbers that we talked about yesterday statistically, but those numbers just grow and grow and grow. But the next thing that I really wanted to emphasize is the consistency of the accountability. That consistency is what we're looking for. If you were to go interview many of the people that wrote books behind me, any of the people that you look up to, they all went through trials and tribulations. They all went through bullshit. They all had to earn their stripes. They all went through a situation where they had to grow themselves. And throughout that process, they did things right, they did things wrong. Okay? There's times where they had to pick themselves up over and over and over, and they never knew what was going to be the outcome for the results that they were seeing. But when you look back on them and when they talk back about their journey, it's not about the information that they had. It's not about the connections that they created. It's not about the skill sets that they possessed. It's not about the infrastructure that they had. It's not about the investments that they received. It's about the consistency that they kept. So when you take this level of accountability from a group setting to a one-on-one setting, you actually increase the consistency of your accountability by 60%. Now, this is for people that show up regularly. This doesn't mean that you have an accountability partner that you end up in a group chat with and y'all text each other or call each other every blue moon when you see something that reminds you of it. We're talking about true, consistent accountability. That true, consistent accountability increases by 60% when you move from a group setting to a one-on-one setting. It's skill set, it's statistics like that that really show us that, like, as we develop this program that is Uncaged, that is growing daily, we are taking feedback from what's working, what's not working, what people love, what people hate, what people wish we had, what people wish we didn't have. And we are trying to consistently refine this to the point where it becomes more and more valuable as it grows, right? And it's stuff like this where we wanted to emphasize, even to the free group, which is honestly, it's counterintuitive when it comes to like a business thought process of like, hey, like, go do this on your own. Here's all the cheat codes. Here you are. That's the difference between DIY and done for you, right? Like DIY, you stay in the free group, you do it all yourself. Here's the tools. We're staying on mission, which is making this type of information accessible to as many people as possible. And then there's the done for you, which is the VIP group, which you get to have, again, I don't want to like pitch VIP right now, but like, you know, you get to have the roundtable calls, you get to have the expert calls, you get to have the quarterly retreats, you get to have the daily group chats, you get to have the accountability partners, you get to build your pack, like everything that comes inside of it, right? This is why we do what we do, but this is why we have resources like this free 30-day challenge, because we understand it, we believe in it, and we want you to continuously grow no matter how that goes. If that's in Uncaged, fucking awesome. If that's in a different group or on your own, we just want to see you win. So we just wanted to reiterate the fact that, like, when you take this to a one-on-one level, that consistency for the accountability increases by 60%. But then the longevity of the accountability goes for 30% more on top of that. So not only do you take an increase in consistency out of your accountability, but then the longevity. So like maybe marketing terms would be lifetime value, right? Like how long was someone in here, or like what was the sales cycle, whatever the case is. For this, the longevity, maybe you are only keeping yourself accountable for a year, right? Well, now how do we increase that by 33%? So now, you know, you sign up with an accountability partner, you joined the Uncaged free group and you stayed in for a year. But then we take it to a one-on-one level. You get a 30% increase in that. It's actually 35% increase. And then you take that, so it's more than a third. So now you come in and you go to a one-on-one level, and now you're at a year, 4 months, maybe a little bit more than, so it's like 35%. So now not only are you staying more consistent with it, but you're also staying in that longer. Now, obviously, those statistics can be skewed by people that just try and quit and whatever. And there's some people that, like I see, like Jeff and John, that they're all in there day in, day out, and they're staying consistent with it. And they haven't stopped since they became one-on-one accountability partners inside the VIP program. They haven't quit. They haven't let up. They have stayed consistent. And the longevity of this has just absolutely been incredible to watch. And then the next thing is like having that one-on-one. I wanted to talk about the clarity and focus level, because the tasks that you say you're going to do, when you say you're going to do it, you actually increase in clarity and focus by 33%. So when we go back to the Bob Proctor quote and you talk about how accountability is the difference between the commitment and the results, you receive, between commitment and results, you receive a 33% increase in clarity and focus. What is that worth to you? We've talked about it many times inside of Uncaged about, like, if you join VIP, it's not about the $97 a month, right? It's what comes with it. It's like what you're able to take this, internalize it, and apply it to your life and get out of it, like that result. Like the commitment, the result, 33% increase. The CTAP program, the BAP program, like everything in between. You're not paying for this product or service. You're paying for the production that it provides. What does it produce in your life? You're paying for the dream. You're buying the dream. You're buying this Uncaged, the CTAP, the accountability advisor, the BAP program, whatever. It just happens to be the vehicle. You could care less what the vehicle itself looked like, but this is what you're getting. So for here, you're getting that 33% increase in clarity and focus. That's what you're buying. The vehicle happens to be on one-on-one accountability partner. So what does that what's that translate to you? By being able to check in regularly with a one-on-one accountability partner, that alone is worth the 33% swing and getting more clarity and better focus on your results. So why would you not want to take it from yes, being active in the free group, it's important. We talked about all those numbers and why that's important. This is the next level. That's why I talk about the mentor, mentee, and peer. There's different reasons that we have a mentor. As there's different reasons why we have a mentee. As there's different reasons why we need peers around us. But now there's different levels on why we have to have a community. We need to see all different perspectives and personas and personalities, lifestyles, success levels, geographically where they're from. We have to have that. But now how do you, that 1% better daily, what's that 1%? We have the group. Now let's take it to one-on-one. That one-on-one, that's what we are just taking it to the next level. Again, all for free. We're not really pitching you on anything here. Yes, we're convicted about some of the other stuff, which is why you've heard it many times. But I'm literally giving you the roadmap right here. We spent so much time refining this 30-day challenge because we're seeing what's happening in men like yours lives. That's what we're looking for. We have seen it. We have heard it. We've gotten the feedback. We've done the studies. And these are the missing links. This right here, this accountability is the glue that takes you from your commitments to the results. And to the point of the clarity and the focus. And that's what you're buying with your time, because there's two things in this world that you can expense on things, time and money, both valuable resources. You can get more money, but you can't get more time. So be very careful and cautious on who you choose to be an accountability partner. But this vehicle, the accountability partner, the one-on-one partner, gives you that 33% increase in clarity and focus, which is that dream. But then what you're also looking for is the consistency and progress. One of the things that we do in Uncaged is we do our critical tasks daily. 5 critical tasks, 1 profit producing, 1 forward progressing, and then, 3 that are additional critical tasks. We talk about it. You've heard about it, all that. This accountability partner, this one-on-one, to remove all the statistics we talked about with that, this actually gives you a 40% increase in your consistency of progress, which is that 1%, that 1%, that 1%, that 1%, that 1%, the 5 critical tasks, the 5 critical tasks, the 5 critical tasks, the 5 critical tasks. It's that one foot in front of the other. Can't eat an elephant whole in one bite, so we got to stay consistent with our progress. Well, what if a simple, regular conversation with one other person, that's it. You can do that while you're at the gym. You can do that while you're taking a shit. You can do that while you're running errands. You can do that while you're driving. Whatever that is. What does regular, consistent check-ins with someone, an accountability partner, look like for you? And what would, if just this simple investment of your time, do for you if you were able to consistently progress by 40%? 40%, 40%. What would that look like? And so for us, this is the Uncaged free group. It's not as vetted as the VIP group. VIP group, we've kicked people out. We've not let people join. There's a 30-day probationary period to join. At any point, any of the other members can come in and be like, yo, this ain't our kind of guy. We don't like him. We've seen him act this type of way over here. He's fucked someone else over here. He's fucking cheating on his wife over here, this, that, whatever. We believe that, we have an Overwatch team, which does as much due diligence as they can. But all the members involved, there's not enough power, as compared to all the members involved. Now, we can do that inside of the VIP group because there's more skin in the game. It's $97 a month. Again, going back to staying on mission, our goal is to make information like this as accessible to as many people as possible, which is why we have the price point where we are. We believe anyone can afford $3.23 a day. It's literally $1,164 broken up over 12 months. We believe anyone can afford it. And if you can't, we have a free group so that you can learn how to make more, save more time than $3.23 a day. We've got guys that quit smoking cold turkey to be able to afford it. We've got guys that quit alcohol cold turkey to be able to afford it. Like there's men in there that have removed excuses in their life because they see the value of this. So we can do that. We can hold a lot higher standard for the men that are in there and be able to vet them a little bit better. And when it comes to the free group, there's only so many resources we can, but we can't protect you if we don't know what is going on behind closed doors. Again, even Overwatch, we're only a certain set of eyes. We're not as powerful as the entire community ourselves. We are looking for other people to help us keep watch on this and make sure that we have true, honest, modest, ethical, just great fucking human beings inside of here. Great fucking men. So like as we go through this process, find you an accountability partner. It can come from VIP. It can come from the free group. Maybe it doesn't even come from Uncaged at all. I just want you to be cognizant. I want you to be vigilant about the person that you are bringing in to your safety net, to be your accountability partner, to be able to bounce real legitimate ideas off of, to be a sounding board for you, to produce feedback for you that is in line with who you are and the vision that you have for yourself and for your life. So get in there, start engaging, start telling people what you're looking for as far as the accountability group, our accountability partner looks like, and let's get involved. Guys, hop into the homework thread. I want you to tell us who you're looking for as far as an accountability partner looks like, what they need, what they want, what you can provide as an accountability partner. Let's really start to pair some guys up. Again, this is the free group, so there's not really much that we can do as far as an organization on vetting people and making sure that people are doing what they're supposed to be doing inside of there. However, with us being an accountability group, there is a level of, I don't want to say calling people out in a way to create drama. That's not what we're about. But we are here that if someone says they want to be this best version of themselves and they are not acting in line with that, it is our responsibility as a community that holds people accountable to hold their feet to the fire. The first thing that I would do is approach them singularly and make sure that they are doing what they're supposed to be doing. If they are your accountability partner and you see them slipping, if y'all agreed collectively that y'all are going to be accountability partners, you have the ability to have the certain tonality and voice to them and say, bro, what the fuck are you doing, dude? You're fucking up, man. You're slipping. What's going on? Where's your head at? What's wrong? What's causing this? What do you need from me to help? And there's a specific tonality that you're able to have with them, which is the same reason why even in VIP, when we have the accountability advisors, when you hire someone to be an accountability advisor, you are giving them full-blown permission to have a different tonality and message with you. Say, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Get your shit together. You said you wanted to do this. Your words are saying this, but your actions are saying this, right? So when you get in here, be mindful of who you are as a man. Be mindful of what it is that you need out of this. And be mindful that you are now taking on the roles and responsibility of holding someone else accountable. And so this is something that you have got to take serious. So hop in the homework thread, jump in there, tell us who you are, what you're doing, what you're looking for, what you need as an accountability partner. Tag your accountability partner in there if you already have. And let's go ahead and start, teaming up and seeing what we can do to help take your life from here, put it over here. This right here, what we're talking about, this accountability is going to be the glue that ties the commitments that you have made to the results that you want. So get in the thread, take the homework seriously, and we'll see you tomorrow.